Hi, my name is Rihanna Burnett, and I will be completing our presentation on humanism, the value of us all. Humanism is a client centered approach that was mainstreamed by Carl Rogers. Humanism is much like how it sounds. It is a human approach, and many of its aspects are related to Maslow's hierarchy of needs and the concept of empathy. It is directly related to two of the National Association of Social Workers tenets: dignity and worth of a person, and the importance of human relationships. Humanism acknowledges that every person has self worth. Humanism is an approach that ensures the client that they are a worthwhile person and emphasizes that their needs are recognized and are important. There are three major principles that are utilized when it comes to practicing humanism. The first is unconditional positive regard. This is defined as the basic acceptance and support of a person, regardless of what they say or do. This principle allows the client to feel they are in a safe and comfortable setting so that they are able to speak freely and genuinely. The second principle is one I previously mentioned: empathy. Empathy allows a social worker to understand the client's experiences and appreciate what they've had to deal with. Lastly, self actualization ensures that everyone is striving for their own personal fulfillment, whatever that may be, and the role of the social worker is to assist with facilitating and fostering that change. Humanism can be practiced in a variety of settings: schools, behavioral health inpatient centers or behavioral health outpatient centers, hospitals, hospice centers, community corporations, child welfare agencies, and human service agencies. The beauty of the humanism approach is that it does not have to be targeted towards a specific population of individuals. Humanism works for everyone. It has been shown to be effective for clients of all ages, cultures, communities, and groups. Humanism works with everyone because it is an approach that is meant to boost a person's self-worth and feel empathized with, a concept that arguably most people would not be adverse to experiencing. There are many strengths to the humanism approach. The first is that it is a broad approach, meaning it can be applied to all three levels of social work: micro, meso, and macro, such as a mental health agency, advocacy or community organizing, and analyzing social services policies. It is also aligned with the NASW core values as it honors self determination, displays warmth and concern, and recognizes the inherent dignity and worth of an individual. Humanism allows the individual to have a more control in regard to the direction, pace, and outcome of their treatment. Lastly, humanism addresses how the environment around the individual could be affecting them, whether that be in a positive or negative manner. Humanism is also able to be used across cultures as it is non-directive and non-hierarchical approach includes unconditional positive regard and empathy. Humanism allows for multicultural influence as it allows for human interconnectedness and respect for others through various different cultural influences. This includes, but is not limited to, Asian, Native American, Islamic, African, and American culture. Humanism permits cultures to examine meaning within the context of their culture, not someone else's. Finally, humanist approach attempts to heal the ego and body split, while Eastern and indigenous approaches attempt to heal the split between the total organism and the environment. This concept is called unification. With strengths come limitations. Humanism is not an empirically supported treatment, as critics report that humanism is not narrow enough to lend itself to the type of research expected in evidence-based practice. Humanism is also simplistic, as the non-directive approach gives few guidelines. Social workers need to be in the moment with their client and able to shift with the client's directive. For social workers who prefer to work from a treatment manual, this theory cannot work since a treatment manual would be hard to create when the client is leading the therapy. Humanism also lacks clear therapeutic goals because there is only one goal set, and that is self-actualization. When setting goals, the client needs to be in the know of what will help them seek personal growth. Not all clients know what they want, so it may be difficult for them to set goals when they don't know what they are trying to achieve. Lastly, humanism has an undesignated timeline. Many treatment settings will try and determine the estimated length of services the clients will need. With humanism, it is difficult to put a time frame together because the client is setting the agenda and determining when they are where they need to be. Thank you.